Episodes 11 through 14. We're talking final night of knockout rounds and all the previous ones before and the new mentor. Stay right there.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Man, this song takes me back.
Love it. I love the song. Welcome back, AfterBuzzers. We are talking about The Voice knockout rounds. It was the final night tonight. Who was your favorite? We're going to talk about who are our favorites.
Yep.
But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Russell Ray. You can find me across all platforms on the internet at Russell Ray Silva. And I have my two beautiful co-hosts with me tonight.
Hey guys. My name is Mayte Carrillo. You can find me everywhere at Mayte Carrillo _.
And I'm Lina Noory. You can find me all over the social web at Lina Noory.
All right, let's jump right into it. So tonight was a great night, but we're gonna recap the last Monday, which was the 30th, and
Because we were out.
knockout rounds. Yes, we were on a small hiatus, and we want to say happy late Halloween to everybody who participated in it, or Dia de los Muertos.
Yes.
Did you guys celebrate, by the way?
I went trick-or-treating, I'm not going to lie.
What were you? What did you dress as?
So I was Lagertha from Vikings, but nobody thought I was Lagertha. They thought I was Xena Warrior Princess, because Lagertha's a blonde.
Oh.
I guess she's not like a household name that people recognize her.
Yeah.
Well, I look nothing like her, too. So
Who wouldn't want to be Xena?
Maite, what were you?
I was nothing.
You were
I
nothing?
did not dress up, actually. The only thing I did was wear little cat ears. No, this is the second year I do this. And you know what's crazy? After Halloween, I was like, damn it, I should have, dressed up. You forget sometimes how
Yes.
cool it is and how fun it is to just dress up and have fun.
Yeah, sometimes you forget.
Next
I was
year.
Clark Kent. I'm usually Clark Kent every single year.
is
You
So
look like a Clark
easy.
Kent, yeah.
I usually just see the glasses and call it a day because I hand
That's
out candy.
cheating.
It is,
That's
but
what my brother does every single year because he doesn't want to do a real costume. He wears the Superman shirt and glasses
Underneath
and a tie.
everything?
Yeah.
maybe we should have dressed the singers, but we all couldn't make it. So sorry about that, guys.
As Blake Shelton or is that someone?
Miley Cyrus,
As
Wrecking
Miley
Ball.
Cyrus.
But speaking of last week, it was an amazing Monday. But Lucas Holiday was eliminated for singing "Tell It Like It Is" versus Cheyenne.
Damn it.
I was really surprised about that.
Right?
was
I
too.
totally thought he was a front runner. He's one of my favorite singers, and I'm just so let down. Maite?
Yeah, but when you pair him up with Cheyenne, she is such a great vocalist. Her voice is immaculate to me. And she has such a powerful voice for the age that she has. I feel like she's 16 or something like that. And I think she's 17. But as soon as I saw both of them, I'm like, ooh, I'm sorry, Lucas. You just don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
And his song selection, too, I just wasn't a fan of it. I do think he's an incredible singer, but I just don't think it was his best.
And I think Cheyenne was one of your front runners, right?
She was definitely one of my favorites. But he could have gotten stolen. He didn't. I mean, technically, nobody was really that open yet because it was one of the first knockouts. But there's some other people that got picked, and I was surprised that they got
was too.
stolen.
I feel like there's been so many surprises this season alone. And there's people that got stolen that didn't get stolen, and I'm so baffled on the judges' choices. But you teach their own, and to what everyone likes. Addison versus Dennis. Her voice was so smooth, so perfect. I put clear like Carrie Underwood because Carrie Underwood has a beautiful, beautiful voice. And Dennis let me down with the smaller vocals, so of course Addison won that one. Janice versus Carly. Let me tell you guys, Janice nailed this. She was taking me down just like Mary J. Blige is in that song. I don't know if everyone saw it, but it was an amazing voice she was throwing her voice. She was coming back. She even walked away to go back into her corner, and she did the wave. And
She was feeling it. I feel that was her best performance thus far.
Yes.
I was like, wow, I am so impressed. I couldn't wait to see more of her. So I'm just hoping that she can bring it as well for the next.
I know, but
next
Carly.
I know. But Janice, I'm sorry, she really was just, I'm going down. And she brought me down with her, and I was like, oh.
It's just so hard when you actually meet them in studio.
Yeah.
You kind of build a personal relationship that you're not supposed to because you're like, wow, they're just so likable. That's how I feel about
sweet.
Alexander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was, we'll talk about that in a second, but when he was
Both
going
of
up,
them
I
were
was
here.
like, Alex.
Yeah.
We're cheering. We're like mini cheerleaders out here.
Exactly.
But Carly did a really great job, and she went out with a bang as well. But I see, I've been following her on Instagram.
I did
She's
too,
got
yeah.
so many shows coming up. She's got her own thing. She went to SC, like she's going to SC, and I'm just like, the girl is set.
She's doing it. Ivy League school, and she's on The Voice.
And she's on The Voice.
Doing it.
She's doing a gig like every single night. I follow her on Instagram. We started following each other actually right after.
Yeah,
was
she
it
was
not
here
last week, but the week before.
Yeah.
And she just every single night she's doing a gig. Like she has the hunger. She's gonna get it.
Yeah, and they're sold out
definitely.
shows too. Like they're
Really?
yeah. That's what I
Nice.
saw. Yeah, like where she was at, it was a sold out event. The last one she had.
I still would have liked to see her go a little bit farther.
Me too.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then the final one for the night was Davon versus Eric, and Davon won that one. Eric has a very feminine voice. I don't know if you guys know who Tevin Campbell is, but he's a 90s artist, and he sings, I can't think of the actual title of the song, but Girl, I Want to Know Your Name. Last night I saw you standing.
Oh, no!
Right? So that's what he sings.
I got the chill.
So I wish he would have sang Tevin Campbell, because that's very much his lane, and he could have blown it out of the water so
That's
easily.
it. We're sending you to the
You
Voice.
should be a coach.
We're gonna look at this right now. Look it up.
Or get like an advisor position as Kelly.
That would be fun. I would be down. Call me.
Yeah.
Everybody just call me.
But
We'll
I
just do
swear
it.
to God, if
Simon
you start
Cowell,
calling
call
yourself
him.
Russell and Company, just don't even talk to me anymore. I can't handle with the and Company.
Here at Russell Ray Productions.
Russell Ray
I'm just
Productions.
kidding.
Russ Ray Productions.
Nah, it's just a hobby. R&B is more my thing, so that's why I knew him. But he did let me down, so of course he had to go home, and he was just kind of all over the place with it. And Davon just nailed it.
Yeah.
And when you nail it, you nail it. And I know you know, Lina, a lot of people who did an amazing job last night who were let go, and some who might have not done so well but made it through anyways. And then you talked about the steals and everything, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and take part on that.
So yesterday's episode, which I will say right now though, I think tonight's episode was definitely my favorite for like the whole knockout rounds. But yesterday, we had Brooke versus Steven, Team Miley. Miley, of course, picked Brooke. I didn't think there was really any surprise there.
Yeah.
You make me feel like a natural woman. Like, I
What
mean,
a
you make me feel like a
song.
woman. What a song.
Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of a stretch doing that song. I don't know why I felt like there's a lot of expectation behind that song.
For her?
Yeah.
No, just in
Specifically?
general.
Just in
There's
general.
like a lot
Oh,
of
okay.
pressure. Like
Yeah.
it's such an incredible song, but I think Brooke killed it, and of course, she got picked. Anna Catherine versus Mitchell. Mitchell sings like a pro. I think it was.
It was just so natural for him.
Yeah, I mean, even
Yeah.
I think it was Blake that said that it's as if he's been singing on the stage for like 30 years, and at the end of the day, I always feel like it's a toss. Do you like the person that has the most potential? And you can grow from it, or the person that's already kind of like set in their stone and they're maxed out. But Mitchell, I think, is incredible.
Yeah.
Everyone said he's like a pro. I did like Anna Catherine sang, Breathe, which is like a beautiful song. But of course,
beautiful.
they picked Mitchell. I don't really think that was a surprise for
I don't
anybody.
think so too. And I wasn't surprised either that she didn't get a steal. Like I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, bye.
There's so many people that were like that though, and I'm so heartbroken. But at the same time, there's certain people who they're an artist even after The Voice. Even
No, from
they
the
just
moment
have it.
they get into that stage, they're an artist.
Yeah, they're
Like,
just
that's it.
they have it,
Done
and you
deal.
either have it or you don't. And you can be guided and learn how to use your voice. But when you know how to do it and you got it,
Yeah.
like there's just the voice isn't gonna stop you from doing anything.
Okay, so after that, which is the one I thought was like a little bit surprising, it was Jeremiah versus Noah. Noah saying "Hold Back the River," which was
So
beautiful.
good.
Like I got kind of emotional when I heard that. And Jeremiah saying kind of like a rendition of "Sorry" by Justin Bieber. I've always liked Jeremiah. He's not been one of my favorites, but I've liked him. I didn't. That song just there's something missing.
They kind of
I don't
skimmed
know.
through his performance too.
They did. They
So that was a little bit shady. Like I was just like, well, what? You're just gonna like go past that? And
Yeah.
Noah, he was really great. I think that song selection was perfect for him too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he owned the stage. The way that he was moving and he was like going from one section to another, I was just like, okay, like I see you. Keep doing it.
Go ahead.
No, absolutely go ahead.
I was gonna say, wasn't Noah one of your boosts? Where you're like, I like him.
Yes, I've
Yeah.
been rooting for him since the very beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
My
honestly
bad.
felt there was a lot of growth with him in this song too. I saw like a different side to him, so I thought it was an excellent song choice. Jeremiah, like I said, I don't know what it was because I do think he has great vocals. It was just that song. Like there's no question. Like I'm watching that and I'm like, Noah's gonna win.
Yeah.
And then of course Noah won. And then we had Katrina versus Keisha. Oh my God,
Oh my
Keisha.
gosh.
Oh my God. She's saying, I hope you dance. that song,
It's beautiful.
it's another song that I was like, at first when I was like, she's gonna sing that, I was like, you know, these bigger songs that people kind of have like emotional attachment to by the original singer, I think it's a lot of courage to sing it.
Yeah.
She killed that song. I don't
Yeah.
know how you guys felt, but that was just, I think she was incredible. Katrina sang Girl on Fire. Of course, my first thought was that he's gonna pick Keisha, which he did, but I still thought it was pretty matched up, I would say.
You know what? When she was singing Girl on Fire, I wanted her to really bring it, and I just don't feel like she did. Like, the way that she was starting it, she built it up, and then right where you hit that tone, like right in the middle of the chorus, where she's like, I picture just Alicia Keys always just like, you know, getting really into the song. I don't really feel like she got into it. And
I agree with that.
And so I feel like she could have done a little bit better.
Yeah.
And I was sad, too, that she didn't get a steal. But then, I mean, this was the second... there would have been the second steal.
It would have been the second steal. And Girl on Fire is such... I want to say it's very cliche, you know? And it's not that it's an easy song, but it's the one that everyone wants to put on the line to make it amazing.
Yeah.
But after it's been done so many times, you can't do it again. You know what I mean? And you got to be original. And I Hope You Dance is an amazing, beautiful, legendary song. If there's any way you're going to go down and put it on the line, that's the one to choose.
And for me, honestly, I think this was the first performance, at least last night, where they put two similar artists. Like, they're both soul artists. I felt like the other pairings were more of like two completely different types of like tunes and sounds.
Okay.
And they had different renditions of songs. This was the first one, even when they opened up the scene, Blake was saying, he's like, listen, they're both soulful artists, where the other ones were different. So when you're going side by side, it's hard. Like, if you don't kill that performance,
Yeah.
the other person's gonna win.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see Keisha sing a country song. Because she was saying how, like, she really wants to get into that. Well, she is part of that genre, and
Yes.
she really wants to focus and sing country and be part of that genre. But where are the country songs?
That's what a lot of people in our live chat were saying, is that they're missing the country aspect from her. Like, they want to feel it and believe it, and they feel like it's lacking just a little bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's an amazing vocalist all the way around the board.
Yeah.
And she's an amazing presence to be around when we had her on the show. You know, good person and everything. But I feel
She
like
has it.
exactly, but it's
She
just
does.
lacking.
Well, I don't think she makes she's not making the final decision on the song choice.
Yeah.
I'm sure she has an opinion. I mean, they're not
But
going
you get
crop
to
it
choose
show
a
us.
song.
But I mean, I wonder if there's like some kind of influence. Like, that's
There's
what the
lists.
judges are there for. That's what Kelly
Yeah.
Clarkson is there for.
Yeah.
Like, they're maybe thinking more mainstream would help, but that's not her niche. I mean, she clearly says, I want to be a
Yeah.
country artist.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it's contradicting. So we don't know how much they don't show us. Like,
No.
it could just be that she's
Or-
getting influenced or told, like, you should go for the bigger, like you said, like the bigger songs that it's going to take you home.
Yeah. Or maybe, like, I feel like this is a strategy for Blake, and he's like, I'm just going to hold on to this and see how far I can take her. And maybe, like, in the next, like, a few episodes or whatever, then we're going to be able to see a little bit more country from her.
I hope so.
I do too.
I could see that strategy working to
Like in the lives?
bring your powerhouse of
Yeah.
what you're really good at, and then take the risk after you're at a certain point.
Yeah.
I could see that working.
Yeah.
And
But that might work against them. Think about it.
yes.
Because then it's like everyone that's liked her and been voting for her has been for like a certain type of vibe they get from her, and then she's just gonna go country, which I want to see her go country because I feel like authentically that's what she wants to be.
Yeah, I do too.
If
maybe
I see
in the
her
lives.
go country, I want to see her go pop country like Shania Twain, and then maybe transition into a hard song, you know, because it'll bring both audiences together. It'll bring one side of, because Nicki Minaj was very pop when she came out, and she used to sing for
Transitioned, yeah.
Nicki Minaj. So you can bring those two aspects and you can nail it. Carrie Underwood's another one. She was poppy and country,
And
and
country.
then she hit a hard left for country, which is a great thing to do because
Yeah.
you're bringing in. It's almost like doing a crossover from Mexican album to the American the American side of things. So I could see that working for her, but I hope she just doesn't take a hard left in the country. You know what I mean?
I mean, she's been doing really good this far, and I like
Oh, yeah.
her. Like, I guess, like on iTunes, like her song, she's been selling it, and she's been like in the top like 30, and she's just making it. But you're right, it could be a little risky. So I don't know. Maybe in the lives we'll be able to see something different. I'm rooting for her, and I want to see her sing country.
I do too. And then next we had Team Adam. It was Dylan versus John. Oh my God, John. I wrote it down, but I cannot read my handwriting. I think it was called Don't Blame It on the Sunshine, but it looks like chicken scratch writing.
Yeah. Was this the one that they went over?
They kind of like cropped, like they speeded that whole thing up. I don't know why they do that.
Yeah.
It's honestly kind of annoying because I feel like those people are getting robbed.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it was me looking back, like all these people have the backstory and they're even doing flashbacks of like some of these artists,
that we've
like
never
what they were
seen.
saying. And then with them, we didn't see any backstory, but John killed it. I mean, those vocals, there was no question. I mean, he's definitely one of my favorites. He's kind of like, I don't know. Actually, I can't even label him. I think that's actually a good thing that I can't like even give him a cross of who he is. But his style's on point. That hat was on point.
Yeah.
I'm biased towards like the way they dress because to me it's like also presentation.
Yeah.
But I think he was incredible. I don't think there was any question about that for Adam.
Yeah. You know what's crazy about him is that he is such an expert at what he does. And I feel like he just runs the stage and makes it his own, that I'm like, how much more can you get better? Like, how are these judges, you know, helping you get any better? Because I just see the same thing week after week. And it's like, can he get any better? Like, he's already at the top.
Now, do you guys feel when you're already at a top level that you need to continue pushing yourself? Or that it's just, I'm just going to keep doing my thing and
I feel
I'll
like
be
he's
fine.
probably just doing his thing.
Okay.
Because as opposed to his auditions, you know, if we go back and watch that versus last night's episode, it's kind of just the same thing. I feel like I'm watching his audition again.
Do you think that'll get boring now?
It can.
Yeah.
I feel like it can get boring, but at the same time, I'm like, I still want to see more. He's just so good.
He's really good.
And funny you say that because I was just going to ask you guys, we'll start with Lina. What would you like to see him sing or do different from what he's doing now?
Okay, so here's my take, and I said this just a few minutes ago, is there is those two people, the people that you want to see grow or the people that are already set.
Yeah.
For me, John I feel like he's stuck in this certain type of like, just even when he's on stage, like his presence, he's so confident.
Yeah.
I would like to see him like out of the box, maybe go, I'm trying to think of a song. Like I can't even think of a song, but I definitely want to see him attack a song that's like nothing we've heard him do.
Okay.
To kind of show that there's a variation in him because he has the presence, he has the style, he has the voice. And it is one of those things where when you are judging from home, you do want to see growth. And the judges, I feel like the judges, I'm not them, but I feel like I've seen that they like the people they can kind of mold. And maybe, you know, it's sad to say like someone like John doesn't need molding, but that's what the judges want. So that's what they're going to keep picking. Like for example, Alexander, he's such a cutie. He's like a young little kid with so much energy.
Yeah.
But if we were to compare John and Alexander, the stage presence is like opposites. You
Oh,
know?
Different,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we're talking about years of experience. Also,
Right.
age makes a huge difference. Me, 5-6 years ago, the decisions I made and how I was then to now is night and day.
Yeah.
But it's almost like, but we want to see the Alexanders. We want to see the growth. We like want to cheer them on.
Yeah.
So I feel like John kind of has that against him, which it doesn't make sense because I think he's incredible. So I think for me, I just want to see like a different kind of maybe like a slow tune song.
That's what I was
something
gonna
more
say.
acoustic, I would
Okay.
say. I can't think of a song, but something more acoustic, slow tone, not a lot of like movement, a lot of dancing. I just want to see how much we can mold him.
Like
or how
Stand
much he
By
can
Me.
be.
Is that still too a little quick?
No, no, it
I
has
want
to
something
like,
like out of the box.
Oh, what if he did Frank Sinatra? Because that's
Like
that's
which
a big song, and you
you know
kind of
what?
gotta stand there
I
and
can
just
see that.
powerhouse it.
Yeah,
But which
I
song,
can see
though?
that.
I Did It My Way.
Oh, he would kill it if I did it my way.
He would totally kill that.
I would like to see, and feel free to tweet us, you guys, if you would like to see him do something like that. I want to hear your opinions
Like
on
into
how he, because that was kind of a good little.
And listen, we
thing.
could all be wrong. I just know how I feel from
I do-
home when I'm
yeah.
watching. I'm rooting for like the person that I see growth in. I'm like, okay, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like they're changing, they're evolving, they're taking like the coach's critiques. With someone like John, he already has it. Like
Yeah.
he could be on the stage tomorrow opening up for people or having his own concert. But it's what I want to see, and I feel like just from what I've seen with the judges, they like to feel like they've made a difference. I mean, that's what they're there for.
That's
They're
what-
judges.
To be
point.
coaching, yeah.
But you know what? He's more of an entertainer, and I don't want to see that side anymore. I want to see his vocals. I want to hear his voice. I want to hear more of him as opposed to focusing so much on being an entertainer.
Yeah.
Because there's a huge difference, you know? Like when you're entertaining and you're dancing around and you're trying to entertain the audience, and it's like you're focusing so much of your time on that as opposed to just nailing everything in and being like, this is a song. I'm not going to let it carry me out. I'm going to overtake it.
And that's a good point that you make, because a lot of people think that singers are entertainers. No, you have entertainers, and I'm a huge J-Lo fan. She's an entertainer.
I love J-Lo.
She's not necessarily a vocalist, but she can hit her notes.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey is not an entertainer. She's a vocalist.
Or
you know
Kelly
what I mean?
Clarkson. She's not an entertainer. She's a vocalist.
Exactly. And then, you know, like...
And this is The Voice.
Exactly. Exactly. So to see him do something like Frank Sinatra's I Did It My Way, you got to stand there and just use the gut and go for it and just sail to the top.
I almost feel like if he did something like that, kind of like a standstill, like acoustic or like a Frank Sinatra, it will make us stop focusing less. Like, I noticed his outfit.
Yeah.
I noticed his energy. I noticed his stage presence. It's almost like if we take those variables out, I can just hone in on his voice and be like, wow, like that's incredible. And he can do, you know, different genres of music and not just stick to that.
Yeah.
And be in that moment in time with him, and which is what an artist is supposed to do. But let's get to tonight, because we started off with, I know, one of our favorite artists. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Someone got stolen.
Oh, okay.
We got to talk about that. Sorry, real quick. We'll make this quick. We had Team Adam once again, and it was Adam versus Emily. Emily killed it. She did Glitter in the Air. Her voice was incredible. I think even like Jennifer Hudson was like, that was unreal. Adam gets stolen by Miley. And I'm sorry, like, after especially today, seeing who got stolen, which you're going to get to in a second, I'm kind of confused on like what like how they steal. Is this all like in chronological order?
I feel like that just reminded her of the country aspect that she wants to bring into her team. And that was the whole reason why she stole him. And because I feel like he reminds her of her dad. Like there's that certain like aspect to him, and he's like grungy, and he's super talented, but he's very heavy into like his genre, and I feel like that's what she was looking for.
I loved him. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he didn't do an incredible job. I mean, he was going up against Emily. Emily just has this, she has this presence I can't explain. She's just like so in the zone. I feel like she's not like Evanescence, but you know, like when you listen to Evanescence, she can like take you into this like realm. I feel like Emily has that. There's just something about the way she sings. You kind of like hone in on what she's singing. So there was no chance, I feel like, for Adam there.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I feel like there's other people that were maybe just as good as him or better that didn't get stolen. So when I heard that buzzer, I was like, really?
Yeah.
I was like, who stole him?
That's kind of, I'm not going to say a disappointment, but it's kind of just like,
Well, because you get to watch like
I would've
tonight's
done that.
episode, you know, and you're like, oh, that would have been a good steal.
Yeah. And it kind of sucks, like, when it's just like the blind auditions. When you're like, why are they waiting? Like, hit it, you know? And then now it's like, why did they steal that person? Like, you should be waiting, you know?
Well, okay, so go into tonight so everyone knows why we're like...
Why we're so adamant about letting you guys know the steals and why we feel the ways that we do. So we started off with, I think, all of our favorites, which is Chris Weaver versus Katrina. He did I Put a Spell on You, which...
Can you sing
I love that. You already see it. It was on my story last week. I'll repost it tonight so everyone can see it. But I sang I Put a Spell on You.
In an elevator.
Because I love me some Halloween and some Hocus Pocus, and I was feeling myself in the elevator. So I went ahead and did it. But I felt like I was at a Chris Weaver concert. And that's how I want to feel when I'm seeing an artist. Whether you're an entertainer or a singer, I want to feel like I'm at your concert. And he took me there where he started off real low, came up, and I saw a lot of variation in his voice, which actually was what I really liked. And he transitioned his power the way that he should.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel he did?
I feel like Katrina, she also started the same way. Like, she started off very slow, and then she just built it up. And I was just like, whoa, like, where is this coming from? It was just so unexpected, and it made it so hard for me as a viewer to choose, like, who deserved to be there. But knowing how much experience Chris has and just everything himself all put together, it's like, I already knew that, you know, Chris was going to be the one that was going to be chosen.
Yeah.
I think Chris has always been one of our favorites from the beginning.
Yeah.
We said that he stood out. So for me, it's one of my favorites is always on top. And it's just the other person has to prove themselves. And he just, he stayed on top for me. I think it was incredible.
I think my favorite part about Chris is I'm so intrigued by him. And we'll get back to Katrina in a minute. But
I am too.
I'm so intrigued by him because there hasn't been a huge vocalist that is a drag queen and who can take this society into such another level. Like, yes, you have RuPaul's Drag Race, but you have an actual vocalist and is showcasing this moment, and I want to see him continue that and not transition into just being a Sam Smith or, you know what I mean? And he goes to church.
He's got such a good
Which is amazing.
energy about himself,
Yeah.
too.
It's a variation of like all these different types of like genres that he can just participate in and be part of.
Yeah.
Like he can totally sing. I feel like he could even sing a country song and nail it. Like he could do anything, and he could get into like a pop song and he'll be good at it. So it's crazy. I really want to see him explore a little bit more his options.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Sam Smith either. I don't want to hear him sing something slow. I want to see him like really pop and stand out. And I feel like I haven't seen that yet.
He's going to be a finalist for sure,
Yeah.
I think.
I hope so, because I feel he's definitely, not to get political, but I really feel like he's going to bridge the gap between church and, you know, the gay community.
Yeah.
And the LGBT community. Because he is who he is. He's going to go to church on Sunday, whether you want to see him or not. And he's going to be singing at the club as a vocalist, as a drag queen, whether you like it or not. And he's going to be dressed as Chris Weaver in his tuxedo and his fresh fade, whether you like it or not.
It's not even about being political in a world where people are striving to like find out who they are and aren't necessarily open about who they are. Not even, I'm not talking about like lesbians or gays, just everybody.
In general.
Yeah.
You're going through life constantly changing and evolving. I think it's so beautiful, and that's what I meant. But there's something about like his energy that I love. With him, it's like take it or leave it.
I agree with you
Yes.
100% on
And
that.
it's not in like an in-your-face way. It's not like, oh my God, look at me. You better like me no matter what. He like makes you like him
Yeah.
by being who he is. It's
You know what, too? You can feel when he's singing, you can feel the emotion behind it. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's really happening to him and how he's singing. And, like, when he was singing I Put a Spell on You, I was, like, hypnotized. I'm like, okay, yeah, he did put a spell on me.
You got that spell.
Because he was just singing straight to, like, my soul. He rocked it completely.
He did, and Katrina had such a high level to meet, and I felt for her because she really wanted this. She had the ugly cry. She had
did.
the ugly
You know what's
cry.
crazy? You and I were just like, come on, like this has got to be a steal. We thought Blake would steal her, and he didn't. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like she should have been stolen. And I'm not saying instead of Adam. I still think Adam was great. I'm just still trying to figure out the judges' formula.
Yeah.
Are we seeing, like I said, stuff in order? Is there like different cuts? Because they know it's coming up. Like, did they not? Like, I want to know, do the judges know? Like, did Miley know that there was going to be who's going to get pitted against each other? Because they know a steal is coming up then.
Yeah.
Because one of them has to go home. So I felt like I would have saved my eggs for
later this episode.
I can agree with you on that, and yeah, I felt for her because she really wanted it. She's one of those people who really wanted it, but it's just like not necessarily there yet. Although she's amazing, but she's has an amazing voice, amazing style, very individual as a person. And I'm just like, oh man,
And
she
her
got the ugly
story.
cry going on, and I got
the ugly cry. I've got that hideous, ugly. What happened?
What is that? A cute cry?
You
there's
got the
no
fizz
such
face on where you're just like, you know. And then right after that, we had Megan Rose and Red Marlowe, and we all love Red.
Yeah.
He commented on our show when Keisha was here, and he's like, "Hi guys," you know. He's just a loving person, and there was just no way I feel that Megan was gonna compare.
Megan sounds like Carrie Underwood, as you said.
Yes.
But she looks like Fergie. 100%. She
Fergie's
looks
hot.
like
That's a
Fergie.
compliment.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a total compliment.
You better get it, Megan.
Yeah.
She better be working them.
She better
abs
join
out.
Black
Right.
Eyed Peas or something, you know, because that spot's
Fergie
open.
went solo.
Did you guys
But-
see Fergie bust into Ellen? By the way, she was like wearing something. She like busting like she was on a concert. That woman just.
Oh.
For
I
her
saw
age,
her.
She's on fire. Her J Lo.
Yeah, she is.
Listen. As women, they put a lot of pressure on us. Like,
Yeah.
the Fergies and like the J Los and Sofia Vergara's, they looking like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Their
She walked
bodies,
into
their everything.
She walked into Wendy Williams, her show, and as
How
soon
you
as she
doing?
was, how you doing? She was walking, and as soon as she was walking, she was strutting, and then bam, she threw her coat down, did
Sorry,
a twirl,
it was Wendy
and
Williams.
sat down. Yeah,
Then it was
okay,
Wendy
okay.
Williams. I'm sorry, I thought
and,
Ellen.
Yeah, and sat down and was like, "Honey, like I love you." Like she was just all for it and answering all these questions. So I love
And-
Fergie. It's a compliment, girl. Like you look like Fergie, and it's amazing.
And that's a good duo, Fergie and Wendy. How you doing?
How you doing?
Right?
Was that Wendy? I don't know why I thought it was Ellen. That's what
No.
I'm talking about. She just like strutted.
Yeah,
She like threw her coat off. I was like,
It was
She's wearing red, right?
Yes.
Killing,
Uh-huh.
just killing
I'm
the
not mad at
game.
Yeah.
And I mean, how did you guys feel about Megan? Like, just to entirety, like, do you think that she should have? Do you think that this was just that was it, or do you think that she had more potential? I kind of feel like she reached her
I feel like she reached her limit.
highest point.
You know what's crazy is that I really want to see Red without a guitar.
Wait a minute, though. Let's go back for 2 seconds. We both looked at each other at this moment when Blake said she was a lot better
Blake
than
said
Red in rehearsal.
Yeah, Blake said Megan was better in rehearsal.
I was just gonna say that I think we write a lot on stage performance, and some of these people don't have any experience. And I know maybe everyone's thinking, well, then they shouldn't win, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't win.
Yeah.
Kelly Clarkson, you know, she got a deal right after, but it took years for her. Like, remember she did the
Totally.
one performance, I think it was American Idol, where she was crying, she was singing the song about her dad.
Yeah.
Like, Kelly Clarkson back then and Kelly Clarkson now is like
Totally
an
different.
evolution. So it's you know, as we've been saying, going back to the whole growth thing, but I do think I think Megan had more there. She just maybe not as comfortable on stage.
Yeah. And
She didn't look comfortable either, to be honest. Like, she
I
didn't.
mean, if Blake said that,
Yeah.
and obviously he saw something in her that we didn't see, and I feel like Blake is more of like a fair, not that they're not all fair, but a fair judge of character. So
Yeah.
I do. That's why when you guys said that, I was like, I feel like I've seen Megan before, and I feel like there is more potential for her there.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone has more potential. Everybody.
Oh, absolutely. It just everything comes in time, and everything comes at your moment and your place, and it wasn't her
Like
moment right now.
if I try hard enough, I will eventually sound like Christina Aguilera. I'm telling you.
You do have a raspy voice, so I gotta give it to you.
I sound like I'm not even gonna say it, but like an animal dying.
No, you don't sound like an animal
No,
dying.
You have not heard me sing. That shit is terrible.
That's
You're
hilarious.
gonna go next and you're gonna sing.
You're singing next. She's gonna sing for us next episode. We're gonna vote on songs.
No, like I swear to God, I have a Snap video where I was joking around singing, and my niece is like, no, and she's like 7. She's like, no, Jolenino. She's like, that's not for you. You shouldn't sing.
Don't sing, not you.
Maybe we should find a lane, like Cher. Sing a Cher song. I feel like
Oh,
we
that's
could
a little
nail
bit
that.
more out of the like
But
park.
I swear to you, everyone either asks me, "Are you sick?" and "Do you sing?" Like that's the
Yeah.
top 2 things
It's
I get
because
asked.
of your raspy voice.
And,
That's why.
and look
It's
at
like
Mariah Carey. She has one of the raspiest voices.
I got robbed, guys. There's no vocals here.
And then to round out the night, we ended up with Anthony Alexander and
and
Hannah. So this is the moment that we've been waiting to tell you guys about, because talking about growth, talking about steals, talking about everything that comes down
Both.
to this moment of the night. And Anthony Alexander, let me start off with telling you guys, he's very boppy and awkward, which I absolutely love about him, because not
16.
everyone is a Justin Timberlake or an Usher Raymond, and he is who he is, and so many people can see themselves as him. He's different. He's just he's weird. He's awkward, but
Yeah.
he's an amazing vocalist. He has stage presence.
And he's trying.
does.
Yeah.
He really
He's
is
trying,
trying.
yeah.
He switched over from like his typical falsetto, and he just was like, I'm trying to do something different, and I saw it. I literally saw it as he was performing, and I was like, where is this guy coming from? Like, he got into the song, he was moving all around, he was really feeling it, I was feeling it for him, and I'm like, this is what I've been waiting to see. Like, this is him giving life to the song, and he showed so much improvement, and you know, it's crazy, I don't think he's awkward anymore after...
You don't?
No, I don't. I don't think he's shy anymore either.
Okay, if we're comparing him to like a John, that's what we're trying to say. Like it's not
Yeah.
like he's walking up like Frankenstein,
Yeah.
but like
But he's just-
he's 16. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna grow into it. I'll tell you though. I didn't hear the nerves. I don't know what I mean, I know he killed it at the end, like you said, when he was doing the falsetto. But to me, I will say Hannah gave a better performance, but I think Anthony is
He was shaking
the
in
better.
his seat.
Anthony. Or,
When Hannah was...
on
Yeah.
his face, we're like looking at each other, we're like, he's probably dying, and he's like this.
Yeah, you could see the sweat. He was like, yeah, oh my God, I'm panicking. Like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, she's doing so much better. She
Dude,
killed it.
Hannah's hair, first of all, hair on point, outfit on point,
Yep.
the high-waisted
Those
pants
pants.
on point,
Yeah.
the voice on point, the makeup
The
on
boots.
point, the confidence on point. Like, she is a performer.
Yeah.
But to me, and it's not just because we met him and he's like as sweet as pie, he has so much potential. Like, I feel like he's at like 40%.
Yeah.
And even at like 40%, he's amazing. He's going to get older. He's going to get more confident. Like, look at Justin Timberlake when he was like teeny bopper in sync.
Yeah.
Young B, which I still loved him at NSYNC.
Me
But
too.
look at him now.
Yeah.
Like, it's just that confidence is there. And I think that he
He has it.
He's commercial too. Everything
yeah.
about him, the look, the way his presence is, and even Miley said they didn't zoom in on the crowd, but Miley was like, the girls were going crazy, the crowd was going crazy.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the nerves? I was trying to. I think I should have rewinded it.
I didn't really hear the nerves. I really like him because he's in his moment when he's performing. And that's why I say he's very boppy and awkward, because he's just like, he's that toe tapping, he's going to throw his hand up in the air and just do what he feels.
He's also really tall too.
He is.
And that's what
I had no idea he
someone.
was until I saw him in person. I'm like, whoa, you are tall for an 18-year-old.
Yeah. And shout out to him for coming into the studio and showing us love here, because we're all about him, and we were about him from the beginning. So the fact that he was able to stop by was amazing.
There's a huge market for him. His voice, his look, the fact that he's so like moldable. You give him like a good choreographer, an excellent coach, a good manager, and this kid's gonna kill it.
I feel like he's not only gonna have like the younger tweens and like young adults, like 18 to 25, but I feel like he would have some cougar fans.
I think so too.
That's terrible. The poor kid's 16. Was that his mom here,
No,
right?
he would.
His
No,
mom
he
was
would.
nice,
Yeah.
but like, come on.
Dude, I didn't think that was his mom, by the way, at first.
I didn't think
she
so
looks
either.
Bomb.
She
First of
looks
all, she could be his
amazing.
sister.
Yeah.
I was almost like, is that his girlfriend? And then when he was 16, I was like, okay, that's not. I mean, I guess it could be his girlfriend, but she was beautiful.
Yeah.
She was.
And then I think when we asked, I realized it was his mom when one of us asked something about the girls in
he
school.
pointed it out,
And
yeah.
I saw her face, and I was like, that's his mom.
Yeah.
I was like, because that would be me. If someone's talking about girls in my son, I'd be like,
She said, "Ooh."
Yeah. She said what? Huh?
She did. I'll meet you at the door. And then we got down to Hannah, and she's just so smooth. But the one thing I really liked about her performance is that most artists or singers have a hard time making the song their own, and she really did. She differentiated herself from Rihanna and the way that she did it.
The way she started the song too, I was like surprised, because she gave it such a unique tone in the very beginning, and that's how I knew as well that she was gonna make it her own, which she did.
I love her.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that way about her in the beginning. Not that I'm saying I didn't think she was amazing, but she's one of my favorites now, and I'm so glad.
She got a steal.
By the way,
She did.
When we were watching, because we all watch it together, did you guys see me I'm in front of the TV screen like, someone.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
then I
gosh.
gave up. Right when I gave up, I heard bing, and I was
Yeah.
like, yes.
Both
And then,
of you like turned around and my headphones fell to the back.
We were like so excited about this moment because she's good.
She's amazing.
She's evolved a lot, though.
Yeah.
I didn't get, like I told you, I always liked her. I think Danny had mentioned it was one of her favorites. And with me, I just liked her. I liked her vocals, but she killed it.
And J-Head is such a perfect pairing for her.
It's actually, yeah.
Like, it's as soon as like I heard that too, I was just like, oh wait, like who's stealing her? Like, what's going on? And it was J-Head.
Yeah.
I'm like, oof, that's
She
gonna be a killer.
She has a very big voice, and she has a big range that I don't think she knows she has it, but I think she's scared because she doesn't know how to control it to its entirety.
Yeah.
So J-Head is the one that's gonna push that through, and we're gonna see her, like Kelly Clarkson said. By the way,
Oh, we gotta talk about Kelly Clarkson.
shout out to Kelly because she's
She's an awesome coach.
mentor, yes,
She's
and
an
she'll
advisor,
be
yeah.
an official coach next season. And I'm all about it.
I love
because
her.
She has the runs.
Yeah.
She has everything that she needs
does.
to
The
have as a coach.
experience.
Yes.
She was on a
on a
competition show.
Yep.
Yeah.
As soon as she meets the singer, though, like the vocalist, she's just like, she goes in. She's like, what song are you singing? Let me hear it. No, you got to change this. Like, she gets into it. Like, I think it was, I forgot who it was, but she was giving advice to someone on Adam's team. And I didn't hear a word come out of Adam's mouth. It was just all her giving advice.
Well, in Blake's words, she's a chatterbox.
But
True,
she makes it
true.
work for herself, you know?
Yeah.
She's just, I love her. I can't wait to see her next season.
Wait,
for
who
sure.
is she replacing?
Miley.
Yeah.
Because Miley's moving back home with her mom and dad because she misses her mom and dad.
That's so cute. And
that
she's, I'm sure
right?
she's doing wedding plans.
Yeah, and I mean, who doesn't love their family? You know, we all love LA, but I'm sure like if our family was far like that, we'd be like, we're successful. We can fly into town if we need to.
She
Thank
could fly
you.
the day
She
of.
honestly, because remember when we first started, we were talking about Miley as a coach. That girl has come such a long way.
Yes, she has.
And I think it's so beautiful, and it just shows you how much as a person you can grow over time. Like,
Yep.
she had some darks. I think we all saw it, but
Yeah.
like her and her fiance, they found their way back to each other. She's so different. She's like pro woman. She's
Yeah.
like so inspirational. She has so many positive things. Because even at first, I was kind of like, oh, Miley, like I liked her, but I'm thinking like if she's gonna be influential in other people's lives. But dude, she's grown like she's at a complete 180, and now she's moving back home.
Yeah.
She's getting married.
And she's a young adult that can talk. She can talk about life experience because she went through life experience.
Have you seen her Instagram?
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like does the craziest yoga pose. She's like
Yeah.
a full. And I'll tell you because I just went and I did a TM course, Transcendental Meditation, and I think that has a good part of her growth is
I
the
could
fact
see
that she's
that,
a yogi
actually.
and she's like meditating. Like
Yeah.
I'm proud of her, honestly.
I
Me
am
too.
too. I was like,
Thanks.
Give
Go ahead.
me a Coke, no. I was hesitant actually in the very beginning just to see her because I liked her back in like back in the days when she was Hannah Montana, and I felt she had so much potential. And then the whole situation, the scandal happened with her, and I'm like, ooh, are we gonna see like a messy Miley being a coach? But total opposite. It
I'm
was
proud of
just
her.
like,
Me too.
oh my gosh, this girl can really give some great advice. She really gets into it with like her mentor, like, you know, her mentees, and she's just, I want to see more. And it's so sad that she's not going to be there next season.
I agree.
Yeah, but I'm sure she'll be live tweeting and she'll be all about it next season as well, though.
You think
And she's
so?
gonna have her friend. Oh yeah,
I'm thinking she's just probably going to just disconnect herself and not be part of anything.
I would love her to come back like Kelly Clarkson came in this
Like
season.
an advisor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To come as a total overview advisor.
I totally think they're gonna do that.
I hope so.
I do too.
Especially because they know that some fans might be like connected to her, have like a special spot for her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I see her like coming back. But honestly, just to touch up on that real quick, it's not like anybody else in her shoes getting fame at that young of an age would be any different.
Yeah.
She just has
Totally.
like cameras in every angle. There's a lot of girls that I know that struggle through stuff and have different phases where they're trying to figure themselves out. So nothing against her. We're not-
Everyone goes through
We
that.
all love Miley. I'm just
Yeah.
saying like that is a complete 180 for me. Like how I've seen her grow and evolve, and that's why it is sad that she's leaving. But I do think they're gonna bring her back as like one of the
I hope so.
guest coaches.
Yeah, guest advisors. And with that being said, let's go over our picks from the nights that we recapped. So I'm gonna go ahead and start from last Monday. My front runner is Janice. Shout out to her. Bring me down with you again, girl, because you are just doing it. She came in and she wasn't at like we said, she was getting coached. She wasn't as strong as she is now. But now her vocals have opened and she's pushing harder through the diaphragm and she's killing it. And Lina, go ahead about last night.
For sure, Keisha, hands down. Like that was my absolute favorite. I would like to see her go a little bit country. I loved Noah. John was great, but I would like to see something change up. But 100%, I would say it's Keisha.
Okay.
For me, this episode, Hannah, hands down. I can't wait to see more of her. She did amazing.
Hannah over
She stole.
Alex?
Over Anthony?
I mean, Anthony, sorry.
Over
Anthony.
Anthony?
I get you.
I mean,
Alexander,
they're both.
yeah.
I mean, they're both great. If you're asking me like who
I'm
stole
gonna
the
tell
show,
him. I'm gonna tell him.
like if you're asking me who, I mean, like I know Anthony
messing
has
with
so
you.
much
I
like
told you she was a
potential.
better, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I was just blown away by her. So I'm so glad that she got a steal, and that's why I feel like now she's made it to like the top of my radar. Not saying that Anthony's bad. I love him. I feel like he has such great potential,
I
and
was
I'm
messing
rooting
with
for
you.
him. But you know, like.
No, I
She's
said her performance I
great.
thought was better than his.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm thinking, Adam's thinking like big picture. He's like, I want to win this. I need like a record performing artist, and he's gonna be that.
It's the
But I
total
think
package.
she's amazing.
I think she's also gonna make it with or without the voice too. You know? And sometimes I feel like our judgments on these people are like stocks and bonds. They're just kinda up and down and up and down. And like we're hoping one of them hits that we invested
Yeah.
in.
But she wasn't on my radar
She
either.
wasn't on mine.
I thought she was good, but I wasn't like, oh my god. But for sure, Jay Hud, I think is gonna be a better coach for her than Adam.
Oh yeah. Or it was just her time to move over to someone who else can take her to a different range.
Yeah.
Which is definitely J Hud.
And we're gonna find out next week who's really gonna be
Lives.
gunning towards the final episode and the finale, and who's gonna win this shebang.
We're getting close.
Tell everyone where they can find you guys, as well as if you guys have any other shows for AfterBuzz.
Hey everyone, my name is Mayte Carrillo. You can find me everywhere at Mayte Carrillo _ and you can watch me Thursday nights, Project Runway at 8 p.m.
And I'm Lina Noory. You can find me everywhere at Lina Noory. And actually, right after this, in a couple of minutes, I'm doing the This Is Us after show. So I got to get my tissues ready because that show just makes me cry on so many different levels.
And I'm Russell Ray. You can find me across all platforms at Russell Ray Silva, and you can find me on Wednesday nights doing the Real Housewives of New Jersey after show at
Get it.
at 7 p.m. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week. Tweet us, text us, do everything that you can. Bye.
Text guy.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.